Olivia has a special delivery straight from London, and Spencer got to figure out how he gonna handle it amongst his other mess. And not Dillon being the most mature and stable-minded of all the cheering. What's good, y'all? Sugar Sis Erica Vane coming to you right here on Erica Vane TV with another All-American video. And in this one, we are talking about Season 6, Episode number 5. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn your bell notifications so you don't miss out on any of my All-American content and conversations. If you're not new, welcome back, boo. This episode was just as chaotic as last week's episode, but it still gives us a ton to talk about. So we're going to go ahead and dive into it. And I'm going to put the most interesting things at the front of the video, the top of the video, so that y'all ain't got to wait, even though y'all still should watch it to the very end. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button and watch the video to all the way to the end so that you can support your good sis in a real way. All right, so I'm going to start at the very end. When Spencer and Olivia get into bed at the very end of the episode, what I noticed that I think is really, really brilliant, but most people, because most people within the fandom are Olivia lovers, what they're going to miss is how masterful they are actually handling them navigate this relationship. It feels the most authentic in reference to the era that we are in within their relationship. I pointed out on live, and if you missed it, I go live every Tuesday after new All-American episodes premiere on Mondays to talk about the episode and do a live after show. But I talked about there being a missing chemistry, there being a lack of something. Something's missing, something's off. And that is also a thing that can be a part of seasons within a relationship, right? So just because they seem like they're not as connected, just because they seem like they're not as aligned, just because the chemistry seems like it's off, does not mean that what we're seeing playing out is not an authentic part of what some relationships might experience. And specifically, what some relationships experience as they are on their way on the decline or on their way out. I think to end the episode with Spencer and Olivia coming together because Olivia wanted him to be there that night, her declining to talk about the pressure of her publisher moving up her book deal and all of the issues that she was like kind of having as she was progressing in writing it, specifically getting to her mama chapter, which she discussed with Ashley, but was not comfortable with and or just did not want to do it with Spencer, was interesting. And then Spencer not actually wanting to debrief about the game and the fight that he had with Jordan and the tension that they're actually experiencing, or even him getting to a place of having a little bit more clarity around his major and starting to enter into an era where he's questioning his decision, right? Because this episode definitely gave us Easter eggs of like, is Spencer now thinking about not having all his eggs in the NFL basket? And ultimately, I think that that's going to be a great mindset shift and momentum shift for Spencer as he pursues entering into the NFL. The moment that he decides to take all the damn pressure off, get out of his selfish bag, because in this episode we got to see him talking with Preach and Coop about how they said that he couldn't be Mr. Superhero anymore. He need to focus on himself. And basically he's alluding to the fact that this is what that looks like. And they're like, yo, you don't need to be an asshole about it. You just need to focus on yourself. You got to figure out what does that look like. So he's, I guess, poorly navigating that. But the moment that he takes the pressure off in reference to this and just goes back to having fun and not feeling like this is the end all be all for his life, almost as if, you know what, if I don't make it, if I don't get drafted, my life is not over. You get to play with a certain level of freedom, with a certain level of just enthusiasm, with a certain level of like, you're not risking it all, so you're not in an anxious fight or flight survival mode, and you really just get to go back to the sport that you love for what you love. I thought it was really brilliant in this episode how they were able to utilize Dillon, who we get to see having conflict with his sister, who was coming down on him, and clearly she is giving, oh, you need to make it to the NFL so you can take care of our family. You need to go ahead and make it to college so that you can get this NIL deal bag so we can get some money and then you can go to the league. And Spencer clocks like, yo, it don't even give that you actually love football. And Spencer would know because from the moment that we met him, he's always talked about his love of the game, his unique abilities to be able to see the field, to be able to clock certain things. He has super natural instincts about things specifically on the floor, and it all ties to the fact that he actually loved the game. So if anybody's going to clock, like, yo, you might be talented on the field, but you're not actually in it, you don't actually want to do it, it would actually be him. And I thought that was brilliant in reference to the conversation that to be had for Spencer as Dillon confirms, like, yo, you're really great with psychology. So in a whole nother life, a whole nother world, then that would be the thing. And the NFL wouldn't necessarily have to be your bread and butter, which pushed that seed in Spence's brain. I think that that's really great. You know, don't get me wrong. While I'm saying I love these particular parts of the episode, I still think that the episode itself was chaotic AF. I think that it was not necessarily hard to watch. I'm trying to come up with better words because it wasn't hard to watch. It was annoying to watch. I got a lot of whiplash, even though there were super strong moments and super strong beats in reference to the stories that they're trying to tell with these respective characters. Now, the next point or person or story that I really did enjoy in this chaotic ass episode was Ashley. Hopping up all the way from London, surprising Olivia because apparently she threw up an SOS voicemail and he got it and said, don't worry about it, bet I'm on the next thing smoking 5,000 miles away to come take care of my boo. I'm sorry, my best friend. Because, you know, that's what we do. Friends affirm each other. Friends let each other know that they that girl, you that guy, you da-da-da-da-da-da. Like, Olivia, I get it, honey. Nobody is saying that you can't have friends. You do not belong to Spencer James because we are not our man's possession. But also, Miss Mamas, what is going on here? What exactly is going on here, Olivia? Because this man is fine. He is buff. He is intelligent. He is charismatic AF. And you decided to keep for a year and 3 months, or wherever you found him in the midst of that time. You decided to keep that this was a man. This should have been the information that you led with. If you want to develop a relationship with another heterosexual male, your man needs to know who that man is. Your man needs to know what that man's intention is. Your man needs the opportunity to be able to not just state his claim, but make sure that he positions himself in a way that he feels that Ashley is aware in a way that he needs to be, and he moves accordingly. This pop-up, while it could be super intentional and super sweet on Ashley's end, it is giving problem. And y'all are lucky that y'all caught Spencer in a moment where people were already coming for his ass being selfish and on y'all's asses about jealousy and overreacting immediately, because had y'all not caught him after he showed his ass on the field the day before, it might have been Ashley's ass on sight. And I don't even know if I could blame him. Like, I spent so much of the episode watching the scenes with Ashley, like, what is going on here? It very much so gives he cares about her, but like, at what lengths does this care actually come from? Where are we going to? Do you have any ulterior motives? Do you secretly want this girl? Are you playing the long game? What it is and what it ain't? And Olivia, I'm sorry, but you being a woman now, coming from being a girl who was the wallflower and who was the girl that never really got chose. Like, Spencer's the very first person to choose you. For real. And even when he chose you, if we want to be honest, I don't even know how much of Spencer choosing you was rooted in who you are as a person, because you were still masking and pretending to be something that you're not, struggling with your sobriety, and Spencer has a superhero complex. So for all intents and purposes, Ashley is the first male to meet a sober, healthy, seemingly stable, though grieving for her dad, but seemingly stable Olivia Baker, and seems to be choosing her, which very much so gives there's competition afoot, Miss Mama. Like, this ain't no mundane, like, super clean platonic situation. Like, there's a lot of things that play here, and that, I will say, was probably the most interesting and engaging part of this particular episode, because you could not help but watch and wonder, where is this going? You could, love and really celebrate the energy and the spirit that Ashley comes with, but you cannot help but watch every single moment with every single word that came out of his mouth. You could not help but watch and be like, where is this going? What is happening? And then because Olivia is not actually in a secure place around Ashley, and it's not saying that she's insecure about this man, but because she's like shucking and jiving, oh my God, she looks guilty, she looks suspicious, which doesn't actually help the moment. If she would have been able to stand confidently, like 10 toes down selfish as Olivia does typically, when she making goofy ass decisions, deciding to write articles about her family, blow up people's teams, expose this and expose that, she's standing 10 toes down and she's saying that shit from her chest. But when Ashley come around, she's like, oh, this is Ashley. Hey, Spencer, remember I had told you about Ashley? Remember I had showed you his paintings? I remember I had showed you Ashley's paintings because I never used his pronouns, because I was always hiding his pronouns, and I never corrected you when you used the wrong pronouns. Yeah, that's giving, girl. That's something to be hidden because it feels like you're hiding So again, where is this going? I don't know, y'all. That's the most interesting part of the episode for me. Aside from that, Jordan and Layla are picking new roommates, and they picked the wrong one. They picked a little interracial couple that got beat. Like, I clocked it. This little Stepford couple that tried to play so perfect. One, this is no shade to interracial couples. But you have to be careful and you have to be mindful. This is also part of the reason why I personally do not date interracially. Maybe I will in the future, but I don't, because I personally don't want what comes with that. I also do not date bisexual men because I don't want what comes with that. I don't want the conversations. I don't want the lived experience. Like, I want a strong black man who gets me, and I know where he's coming from, and that's it. So when y'all are picking these little roommates, and they seem like on paper or in Front Street, like they're perfect, nobody's perfect. Y'all asses know that, but you still fell for it. And the moment that they get a chance to argue, they start arguing. It was a little Polynesian lady talking about something, you need to be a man. I'm sorry. It don't even go over well when black women tell black men to man up. So why in the hell am I you know what? Y'all enjoy it. Y'all enjoy this simple ass decision with the simple ass couple who are about to wreak havoc. Let's go ahead to the process, because Layla decided to reveal that they be getting their sex on. And they be a little bit loud. When Jordan is motivated, he can holler. And it's like, Layla, girl, this could all be true, but why does the potential roommate need to know this, Miss Mamas? I think that we're entering into an era of like really getting to know who Layla really is as she comes down off of her meds, and she has already gone through the things that we've seen her go through in seasons 1 through 4. We're about to go into a whole new era with Layla and really get to know who she is, and I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm still excited because she's always going to be that girl for me, but I'm very much so nervous because, ma'am, that was completely inappropriate, and we clearly got to see the seeds of Jordan, like, what the hell is going on here? And we know behind the scenes of like, well, she didn't tell you that she's coming up on her meds because you guilted her ass about this wedding and her lack of effort and energy surrounding this thing. But you don't know that, and when you do know, Lord help you.